Hello, it's a beautiful day where I live, and this is my first ever YouTube introduction video. I've been listening to a lot of other people who grew up as Jehovah's Witnesses and listening to their stories, and I really appreciate everyone sharing their stories to help us to not feel alone and to give us some hope on the bad days, to know that it's going to be okay and we're going to make it through, and to know that there is light at the end of the tunnel and that we can rebuild our lives and we can, find ourselves and find our purpose in life and really, rebuild a new life and create successful lives and happiness again for ourselves. I found myself in a place I never imagined I would be. I'm a third generation Jehovah's Witness. My father was an elder, and I also have several other family members who served in Bethel and who also were, served on the convention parts and in assemblies, and come from a very well-known family in our area. So I never thought that I would find myself not being a witness, because you grow up in the environment, homeschooled and isolated, and you don't really know what the real world is about when you're a kid and a teenager and you make your dedication and baptism. It's really unfair because you're not ever given a choice when you grow up as a witness. I have faded and moved to a new town. It's been about 2.5 years for me. I formerly was a regular pioneer, and I believed heart, mind, soul, everything. I tried to be the best witness that I could be, despite negativity from others around me, or just trying to overlook the negative things that I saw and heard and the hypocrisy that I saw and heard around me. I find that freedom is both liberating and terrifying. I have researched a lot, and it's very tough to discover the lies and abuse. It leaves you with a devastating feeling to find out that everything you've ever known and you thought to be true is a lie. It can leave you in shock. It can leave you not sure where to go next and confused, and can give you some trust issues on what information can I trust, who can I trust. I'm thankful for the others who've shared their stories, to know that these are not feelings that I share alone. This is something that quite a few have gone through, and they've, found their way, and it can be a different journey for everyone, but I do appreciate others sharing their stories and, giving some suggestions on what has helped them. They give us hope that life will get better and we can rebuild our lives. We can heal our hearts, even though there may always be scars. My goal is to find new friends and support, and I have found some kind and compassionate, understanding people on the outside of the witnesses. My goals are to focus on the positive experiences and learn from the bad that I've had in my life. I want to provide freedom and choice and unconditional love to my kids. I want to explore new interests and appreciate those that I do have in my life. I don't want to focus on the loss and the sadness, and I don't want to live a miserable life. I want to move on and do my best to rebuild a happy life and provide a better life for my kids. For myself, I find joy and happiness and love in nature and doing things in nature. It's very healing to take a walk and to, just enjoy the sunshine and listen to the crickets and the birds and everything in the woods. So that's what I'm doing today. Some things that have really helped me in my healing process is to listen to positive affirmations, to motivational speeches, to listen to abuse recovery and thriver stories, and to have other, just to hear that positive information to replace the negative, and to try to fill the voids and the holes with something good. I want to do more of what makes me happy and let go of what hurts. I want to focus on healing and loving myself, since that's something that I was never taught to do. I am working on finding my voice, and I listen to self-empowerment speeches. That really helps to refocus and to, try to learn who I want to be, and to, growing up as a female in the witnesses, that's something that is always discouraged, and you're kind of put down as a second-class citizen. So that's something that I'm trying to do myself, and regain my confidence, because I have been successful, in my career, in my job, and I know that I'm a good person, and that I know that I have it in me. It's just kind of you go through some difficult times, and you have to kind of refocus and find that again. There are people that I love and miss who are still witnesses. I have some family members who I miss. I was not invited or not told about a wedding of two of my nieces in the past year, which was really tough to deal with since we were really close in the past. I know that there's been a lot of changes in the organization, and I don't lose hope that, someday, that you never know what they may go through in their life. And, if they go through something, and if they go through divorce, or they end up in a place where they're not sure where to go, or they, start to have doubts themselves. And, my goal is to be there for them, and to, always leave the door open. I don't want to harden my heart or have hatred for anyone, or, live in a place where I'm always sad. I want to, I love them, and I always have those memories of the good times that we shared together. And, I'm not going to lose hope that, who knows what will happen in the future. I'm here in a place I never thought I would be, so you never know, they may be too. I've had other relatives who've, admitted and been through the same thing. I have reconnected with some old friends through Facebook who were pioneers, and also, came from very so-called spiritually strong families, who have left and they've moved on with their lives. So, with all the rapid changes that are going on in the organization, you never know. I have faced loss and death at an early age. Yes, it hurts, it's sad, and it never fully goes away, and there's always a hole in my heart for those people that I loved and I've lost. And it can be devastating when you grow up thinking what happens after death, and that you'll see that person again, and then you find out that may not be true, and you're not sure what will happen. But for me, I still find peace and comfort that they're not suffering, and I don't have all the answers or know exactly what I believe at this point, but I do feel like there is hope, and whatever that may be. I'm not going to focus on, I'll never see them again, because I don't know, and no human does know and can give us that answer, in my opinion. One of the best books that I've read is You Can Heal Your Heart: Life After Loss, Divorce, and Death by David Kessler and Louise Hay. It was very comforting to, it's a very positive book, even though it's talking about some difficult topics. It's a very positive book to help us to let go of the hate and the anger and the betrayal and the hurt that we have, because, you have to come to a realization that only hurts you. It's not healthy or beneficial to us, so it doesn't do any good to hold on to that. When you lose someone, whether it's through shunning or death, you have to learn how to continue living. And eventually, with time, we do learn to laugh, smile, and reflect on the good times. So just remember that, if you're going through a tough day, and, if you've lost someone you were close to, in whatever form that is. My goal is to work on living in the present. I know, as with the witness mentality, that's not something that comes natural to me, because we're taught to be in a hurry, be in a rush, always focus on the end is just, the end could be here tomorrow, plan for tomorrow, but yet, you always have to live, putting off your problems because, the kingdom will fix it. So that's something that's not natural to me, and that's something that I know to be happy. No one is guaranteed tomorrow. I can't change the past, I can't change other people in my life. So I know for me to find joy and happiness again, I have to work on living in the present, loving the people that I do have in my life and really appreciating them. And, you know, just enjoy being in the moment, whatever's going on. I have to remind myself that it's okay to make mistakes. I know being in the normal world, it can be kind of scary, and it can feel unsure, and you kind of feel, you know, there's a lot of things that you face that you've never had to think about, and you can kind of feel like you're an adult starting over as a baby and learning how to think for yourself and how to make decisions. And it's not always easy, and sometimes you question yourself and second guess yourself. But, you know, I'm finding with time that does get easier, and, you know, that's something that I struggle with some days, but I know I have to work on and, you know, focus on it, and I know that it will get better. One of my favorite quotes is to be the change that you want to see in the world. We can't change other people. We can't change how they view us. We can't change how they think. We can't change the actions of what they do or if they hurt us. All we can do is work on ourselves, focus on our own happiness, and focus on doing good things for others. Focus on giving of ourselves to the people that we can help. And the ones that we can't, you know, we just have to allow some time for things to work themselves out. So I'm going to go now, and I just want to say thank you for listening, and thank you to everyone who has shared their videos. I know, you know, there's many, I can't name everyone, you know, right now, but I know there's many who have really helped me on YouTube, and I want to say thank you to all of you. Have a good day.